Do not bother adjusting your volume. We are here, we are live, and this is Final Fantasy Randomizer's 2022 Summer Duck Derby. Good evening, everyone. My name is Woat. Joining me in the booth tonight, we do have Softnum. Softnum, how you doing?
Pretty good, Woat. How are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. Just got back from a little bit of a day trip and looking forward to being a complete nerd. And speaking of complete nerds, everyone has black mages and black belts tonight.
Yeah, I suppose so. There's a little bit of divergence, but we're all seeing kind of picking the same things here. It looks like Hate's going for Fort Pack instead of running that Nun.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things, the thief's not that hard to get rid of if things don't pan out, but real quick to run down what the blessings are and explain why everyone's doing this. We do have the black belt with the ability to wear a defense sword. They get some HP and they can't wear bracelets. Oh no, they're just a black belt that you play the same way you play a black belt. Black mages get a bonus to their hit, get extra level 1 MP, and get a hit to their starting vitality. But again, it's a black mage that you're going to play like a black mage. So that's why those are common across everyone. We do have tri-state lockpicking on tonight, so Hate hedging his bets in case a level 15 thief is enough to make the key unnecessary. And that thief has some extra HP, some fighter strength, a little bit of lack of luck. Red mages are going to have some bonus luck, some bonus hit, no MDef. And the one white mage that we see can't wear pro rings, and that's the only thing of note. So, Softnum, tell us a little bit about these flags. What's going to be really exciting here?
Well, I think the most exciting thing is going to be we're actually going to start, and you can see it on your screen, with our ship, our canoe, our bridge, and our airship. So we're going to have access to pretty much everywhere as soon as we get started here. And another interesting fact about these flag sets is that there is no loose. We will not have any loose items in this flag set. There are 21 items in 21 incentivized locations.
Yep. In addition, we are going to be seeing a shortened Topher tonight. So, you know, once you go through that black orb at the end of the game, you are already on Chaos's floor. The only hitch is that all of the Fiend refight tiles have also been moved to Chaos's floor, and with our Refight All Fiends flag in effect, you can go either way. You're still gonna have to fight all 4 Fiends. I'm not actually sure if that one has different Fiend orders depending on which direction you go. I'm not sure if that'll matter, but it does at least mean that we're gonna probably see some fairly low-level dives, all things considered.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that this flag set is designed here to make a pretty fast seed, test the Duckling's routing ability, and see, you know, kind of how low can you go? Are you going to be able to take Chaos before you grind that black belt all the way up?
Now, I will be unsurprised if we see at least one runner go, you know what, my black belt's in the mid-20s. I'll take a few stabs at this. But we are officially off, and we see Quake in that black magic shop right off the belt, and we do have Cure 3 and both fogs available for white magic. Not that bad.
Yeah, it's an okay start. You have cake, and you're gonna have extra cake too because of our blessings on that black mage. But I don't see that being terrible. Wonder if Ravioli and Hate are kind of regretting the white mages already, but
Sure that they'll get over it. Question though in chat from Jim the Eternal: why are people running an empty slot? So in Final Fantasy I, the way that the XP is determined is by how many living party members there are at the end of a fight. So if you have 3 living party members, that is an extra share of XP that those characters get as compared to a full party. So the empty slot just is basically locking yourself into a 3-man strat. And as we can see, everyone but Hate has opted for that approach. We do get an herb and a bottle out of the King and Princess after Garland goes down like a sack of wet bricks because he has no M-Def and Quake hits hard.
Didn't seem to be that difficult for our friends here, picking up our items from the Princess and the King, an herb and a bottle, and looks like Twinge is just routing this the normal way, going to fight the pirates next.
Ravioli going for the bold decision to dive right into the Cardia Islands and do some looting. I don't hate it. Level 2 magic is a pretty good spot, especially if you're running White Mage, Black Mage, just because you can generally still rely on having plenty of casts of that spell, and you want to be able to buy everything.
And you do have Nuke showing up here at level 2 on that Black Mage, so that'll definitely help out pretty much all the way through the seed.
Yeah, and I mean, you're also able to go anywhere else you want in terms of buying spells, so having plenty of money out the gate makes it a lot easier to not have to double dip towns. You don't want to have to come back to Provoke and buy spells you couldn't afford. You don't want to have to go back to Elfland because you couldn't buy all the level 4 spells. That was a vendor item in Gaia.
Oh, did you? Which was it? I didn't catch.
I am going to go back and take a look, and it looks like I think that was a ruby out of the ferry, and it looks like that was the adamant for 26k in Gaia.
Wow. Well, I'm glad that Gaia found a source for it. I thought it was a mythical rock and you only had one of them.
I mean, you know, mythical rock that you have to be located in the middle of the mountains to dig out, same difference. We did also get a key from the pirates, so Hate probably going to put that thief on the ground.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see any ninjas today, unfortunately. And we get a rod out of the prince here for offering him some herb. So,
hey,
do you go...
Spell. What was that?
I was going to say, if you're Hate here, do you go Marsh now? Or Earth Cave, rather? Right.
I think... Alright, so we've already got the key. I think once you're done kind of making these quick and dirty checks, I think that Marsh is not a bad play. I don't think anyone's been to check... Or not Marsh. Earth is not a bad play. I don't think anyone's been to check Sarda yet. And I believe we do have free Sarda on tonight. For folks who are following... No, we don't have early Sarda.
Yeah, early Sarda, early Sage is off.
Okay, then yeah, I think that it accelerates making that Earth play. We do have a chime, though. So, for Sky fans, you're on the table. Also, hi, if this is your first time joining or watching an FFR race, I promise things will slow down in a minute. We just have 4 people who can go anywhere they want, and there's a bunch of things that they can check with that airship.
And they haven't behaved and all gone to the same place to make this easy. So,
Yeah.
We do have Twinge looking at Marsh, I believe.
Yeah, no, Twinge and Woobear both making the Marsh play, both pulling a chime at about the same time, and we did see a ribbon down there as well, so good news all around for people who make that Marsh play, and it looks like Hate also heading over to Marsh, but yeah, I will expect that once sort of these free checks are out of the way, Earth Cave is going to be the first move, just because we do have 3 incentive locations locked behind clearing out Earth, because there's an incentive item in Earth behind the vampire. The vampire is locking Sarda's item, and then Lich is locking the Circle of Sage item. So, 3 things that we absolutely are going to want to see. And again, for folks who may not be necessarily familiar with Final Fantasy Randomizer, incentivization just refers to locations that we as a community have deemed memorable enough to where if we stick something important there, we just have to tell you, oh yeah, it's the incentive location in X, and you know what box that is.
Yeah, it's a good... I really like it because it's a good system to kind of cut down on trying to open, like, the entire treasury in Volcano, for instance, even though Volcano's not incentivized this time, and we may not see it except briefly, but I think it's a really good system to say, you know, make people make some dips, but not spend the entire time opening boxes.
Unless you want to make it random, in which case you absolutely can.
Oh, sure.
Like the sky incentive item just is behind the cube. So there's 3 floors of boxes that you have to open if you want that sky item. Sea Shrine's incentive's a little bit better. It's also behind gating, but behind gating for Sea Shrine literally just means the one door that's locked by the key that we already have.
Yeah, and that is one of the, at least for me, one of the ones that's easier to forget that there is actually a key needed, just because so often it's just sort of a thing that happens.
There are 2 kinds of people in this community. The people who forget that that's the case, and the people who know the legend of that freaking chest. And that freaking chest is still that freaking chest.
So Woobear is heading into Earth here, and it looks like Hate did the same thing, I believe.
Yeah. Again, you have that rod, you know 3 things are going to be locked behind it, and all 3 of them are things you want.
And it looks like you found some Sarias maybe a little earlier than we wanted to?
Maybe.
Oh, I guess we were just down in Marsh. Or maybe that's the last time we saved.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. But yeah, we do have Encounter Shuffle on tonight. Or not Encounter Shuffle, Trap Tile Shuffle on tonight. So we do have a reason to check all of these sort of enemy locations. Woobear, for example, checked the first encounter in Hall of Giants, but not the second. And for folks who are unfamiliar with what we now know about this, but do know the vanilla game, there are actually 2 different encounters in the Hall of Giants. They're both giants, but I think it's giants and, iguanas? But,
yeah.
They are technically 2 different groups of enemies. So when you shuffle trap tiles, you actually get 2 different groups of enemies in Hall of Giants. That being said, Woobear did get Oxyale out of that ruby chest, as Dark Twinge is pulling the ruby out of the fairy. Okay, yes, that's just flipped around. And Woobear, meanwhile, dealing with some purple guy in pajamas. Who cares? He's about to be dead.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth talking about people who are just dead this often.
I mean, to be fair, it's a lich, so there's no point in the game where the lich is not dead.
Well, there's dead and then there's deader, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, there are varying degrees of deadness, I agree. I'm just saying that there has been at least 1 death in Lich's sort of timeline. Anyway, there's TNT. So that's something Ravioli in particular is going to be very happy about, because I don't believe we've seen what... No, we have been to the smithy. So the smith did have the slab. And if y'all can still hear us, we can't see anything that's happening. So if chat could be so helpful as to yell out things, that would be very helpful. Because, yeah, our screen is also frozen.
Yeah, it looks like something happened on DM's side. We will try and get a hold of him as soon as we can.
All right. So, yeah, in the meantime, though, we do get the TNT from Sarda, so... that's going to be an easy check when we get around to it. But yeah, Dark Moon, unfortunately, in his garage at the moment. So, okay, I think he's just now back. Alright. So, in the meantime, yeah. So, we already have Oxyale, we have Chime.
We have the slab.
I believe we still need the loot.
I haven't seen the loot. But that might be it?
We need loot and cube for go mode. Because we have shortened Topher, we do not have unlocked Topher. So you still need the loot to clear the slab, and you still need the key to open the door.
Right. And you still need some Orbeez. But
yep.
do you go play in Sky now? Do you use your chime?
No. You don't have the cube, and you're not going to find anything important without the cube.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I think at this point, assuming that sages didn't have either the cube or the loot, I think you go to Onrak. I think you go ahead, you hit Waterfall, you hit Sea Shrine, you check what's in the TFC room, and you go ahead and kill Lich. And then you start going into more of these one-off areas, because, well, we do have a Ruby, so we can also go ahead and check Titans, which I'm sure everyone already has.
I'm working on things, gentlemen. It looks like Twitch crashed.
Oh, okay. So apparently Twitch crashed.
That never happens.
Never. I mean, I guess it didn't crash hard enough for y'all not to hear us, but
yeah, maybe half of it crashed.
The Twitch streaming crashed, so I'm working on trying to get all of that back up.
Okay.
Hate's back. Enjoy watching Hate.
Okay, awesome. And Hate was lagging behind because of that unfortunate positioning of his last save, so we'll actually be able to see where some of this stuff was, after all. So that's convenient. But yeah, Hate... Hate finding zombie Ds and whiz vamps down here and deciding to do a little farming, it looks like.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I didn't see anybody else kind of manage to pick that up on their way through here, but...
I think the only person we saw get down this far was Woobear, and Woobear was a bullet through here. Oh, yeah, so Hate already up to level 14. That's really good. Alright, so chat correcting us, Twinge did see that tile, but decided he didn't want none of that smoke. Hate, on the other hand, thinking, you know what, I don't feel like dealing with any grinding, let's do this. Woobear looks like is in Volcano?
Yeah, looks like it.
Okay, and finds something on the Agama tile that he doesn't want to fight any more of. So, no incentive chest here, so we're going to go straight into fighting Carrie. And we'll attempt to piece together what must have happened after the fact. Okay, so Twinge, checking either the TNT or the Adamant. So, that's a thing that's going to happen.
And then unlocking the slab here.
Yep, well, we already knew a little bit about the slab situation, so he's at least picked up the Adamant and been to the smith. And since Twinge was going through Earth Cave, we know he got the TNT from Sarda. So, probably went ahead and checked that. We have no idea what the TNT led to, but we'll figure it out.
Looks like level 5 is a pretty good slot here for our magics. Lock, life, fade.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Yeah, and it looks like which one had thunder. So,
oof.
Yeah, that is a thing that happened.
But Hate did let him eat cake, so...
Yeah. Yeah, he did. So, Woobear going to be collecting his ruby. That's good news for us. That means we'll find out what was in Titans.
Looks like we're going to see what the old men have here on Twinge's side.
Question from Adok. Have people deliberately chosen 3 characters? Yeah, they chose 3 characters to get extra XP, because XP is distributed across all living party members, and empty slots do not count as being alive. We do get the tail out of the old men.
Yep, and we also chose not to go see the hint there. Hints are on in this seed. You can get some hints out of Gaia and couple of the old men, and I think a couple other places too.
Alright, so white shirt from Narek.
Okay.
Alright, well that explains why Twinge is diving Ice Cave, and it's looking like we kind of hit a bit of a progression slowdown.
Yeah, it
We'll
looks
see where
like
Ravioli is.
yeah, it looks like everybody's just kind of cleaning up their free checks and probably all going to decide mostly the same thing here. It looks like.
Yeah. Still think I would go to Onrak over Onrak and Waterfall before Ice Cave. But we do get a canal, so you know.
So we can get our boat out of this. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's great, perfect. Glad we were here.
Found a defense sword down here.
Oh, hey, we can equip that to our black belts.
We can.
We might.
We moved it.
Well, yeah, we at least want it to be able to cast Ruse on the black belt, seeing as the black belt can't wear armor. I mean, if someone really beelined through and still has a black belt in like the like low double-digit levels, you almost could throw that defense sword on for like a dungeon or two, and then swap them off to fists when they hit 20. It's not ideal, but it's still potentially helpful. But yeah.
Twinge finding a spike tile with some vampires on it, getting a couple levels out of them, up to 20s, which is pretty good here.
Alright, so question chat, are there any good gimmicks going on this flag set? We got a short Topher, you gotta fight all the Fiend refights though. And the world is big and open. And I see Woobear has decided he's gonna go see what's available over in Onrak, while Hate goes to do some volcano diving.
Yeah, we did start with our airship, so right after the first few checks, everybody kind of went a different direction, and that was cool. And as Ikir's pointing out, there's no random encounters, and there's hints on as well. We haven't seen anybody really take them, but there are hints, and we found our loot.
Right, so we are a cube away from go mode, and I think at this point we've seen enough of everyone's screens to know that we don't have a cube yet.
Yeah, I would imagine if somebody had found the cube, they would probably have ended up in Sky.
Yeah, for sure, especially with a low-level nuke in hand. But we do get a crystal. Yeah, Woobear's still probably going to go ahead and dive C if he's feeling any amount of confidence. Yeah. Though...
Looks like Twinge is diving C2 here.
Yeah. Ravioli! Were there Gasties on the first floor of Earth?
No. I don't remember there being Gasties on the first floor.
They're behind the spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we saw at least... Well, there we go. Cube and TFC. We are in no mode. No, we're in go mode. Twinge was the one who had the loot already. Yeah, Twinge immediately warping out and probably not opening many more boxes.
No, I mean, I think at, you know, what is probably actually 21 minutes, you kind of gotta do this.
Absolutely, and this is, I guess we really didn't bother explaining the concept of the Duck Derby because everything was happening all at once. But yeah, this is a group race. There is, what,
7, I think.
Yeah,
needed.
7 people participating in this. We are looking at the top 4. And the top, I believe, 2 finishers in this group and the top 2 finishers in the other group will go on to compete in a final 4-way to determine who is going to be Duckling Supreme of this summer group.
And without looking, how many points here do you think are separating, let's say, first and fourth who are on our screen?
I mean, I can't read the numbers on the thingy, so I don't know.
So it'd be 10. So race is probably going to be pretty deterministic here for our runners. Only 4 points between all of them, basically. So could be some pretty harsh shakeups here out of the end of this, depending on how people finish.
Yeah. And yeah, this is, Mario Kart style scoring, so first place gets the most points, second place gets the second most points, and so on and so forth. So, but yeah, so these four are in the best position to upset whoever's currently in the lead, or just maintain their lead. But yeah, so Dark Twinge, stopping off to check some of these trap tiles, finding some delicious nachos, and looks like he is going to start punching things.
We're just gonna punch nachos until we become Nacho.
Yeah. Ravioli, meanwhile, it looks like doing a two-man grind over with the Gas Ds. With the Gas Dragons being the highest experience encounter in the game. By a wide margin. They're so high, in fact, that we actually, way back in the day, the devs actually had to redo how XP scaling works. Because I think originally it was just a straight multiplier to the XP given by monsters. But if you do that with a 4-dragon Gas D and crank it up high enough, you just straight up legit break how the game counts experience. So we had to change it so that instead, when you multiply XP gain, what it does is it acts as a divisor to how much XP is needed to gain the next level. Which is slightly less likely to destroy everything.
Yep. Uber did manage to get through Kraken. The only notable thing, Kraken one had slow, but mostly a speed bump there. Got a black shirt from Matoya for the crystal.
Yeah. And yeah, it looks like Hate also knew about the Gas Ds, so also going to go fight some dragons, pick up some levels. And Ravioli, I think, got up to about 30, 31. High enough to where he can probably just punch everything else that he can't nuke.
And it looks like Twinge is done, found our go mode, and is probably doing much the same thing as Uber here. Uber in ordeals.
Yeah, no, Woobear still looking for that loot. Hasn't been down. Yeah, that loot being in Lefane works really well to Dark Twinge's favor, because no one likes walking to Lefane.
That's fair.
Did Twinge killed Kraken, right? Oh no! Wait.
No, Uber killed Kraken, but...
Okay, I'm confused by Twinge's route. I guess didn't want to risk his black belt with Kraken being Kraken.
Maybe come into the end and then gonna go revive the party members we had dropped for experience.
Yeah, okay. Just really interesting. You very rarely see someone walk out of Sea Shrine, but I guess with encounters off, it's not that bad.
Yeah, well, and I don't think Twinge had a way to resurrect anybody who could cast Exit or anything, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, normally when you do a grind like that, you just go, alright, 1v1 me noob to the boss of the dungeon and then get out that way. But I guess, like I said, Twinge is worried that Kraken's gonna Kraken with that black belt really only having, his gi for armor. But anyway, while we've been talking, Ravioli, already almost to carry this dungeon fast even when you do have to fight things. And I didn't see what Woo Bear collected out of Ordeals.
Yeah, I missed the Ordeals chest too, just barely, but was a pretty good little spike tile here to greet them on the other end, but I don't think it's gonna cause too much problem. We've got high 20s now. It's great.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Woo Bear probably gonna take this fight. This is another high XP encounter. And it looks like not particularly, yeah, not all that hardy.
Didn't seem to have rolled up significantly on HP, so.
Yeah, so Woo Bear probably going to use this as an opportunity to get that black belt to level 30, 31.
And we have the crown, but it's probably got a power bonk or something behind it.
Yeah, I think it's about all we've got left. Yeah, there's a power gauntlet and a ribbon outstanding in terms of incentive items. And like a bunch of stuff that we know will eventually lead to either the power bonk or the incentivized ribbon. So.
Right.
And yeah, without having to worry about fighting your way through through Temple of Fiends, that incentive ribbon not really that important. But Ravioli going to be our second runner on screen to collect his loot. Doesn't appear to have the cube yet. Because I think he's like he opted to go for a grind and then volcano. So hasn't been over to Sea Shrine.
Yeah, but probably hitting up C next. Has lit 2 orbs though, so probably not. Probably just routing behind, not too far behind. And yeah. Twinge has downed Tia pretty quickly. That was fast. I just saw it on the screen, and Tia was down. Tia 1 was down. So
yeah, and judging by chat's reaction, I think Woo Bear may have flown too close to the sun fighting that shark and eye.
Oh no. He is back in there, so it does seem like it here.
Yeah. If someone in chat could fill us in on exactly what happened, I'm guessing either got caught by some script that he didn't see, or else just got caught by crits. Thank you, Dusk Plume.
Oh, the black belt wanted to take a nap instead of suplexing a shark.
Okay, so sleep touch on the Gur sharks and sleep. Alright, that would do it, yeah. But Twinge, meanwhile, like you said, took out Tiamat, already about to go confront Carrie. This should not take long.
Yeah, so, and I would expect Dark Twinge to head right over to Topher, I think.
Yeah.
See how bad it is.
Yeah. And he found a second ribbon somewhere. No idea where, but that's okay. And yeah, I'm apt to agree. Twinge has go mode and 1 fiend left to kill. Like, the way this flag set is shakes out, you hit go mode, you're automatically in good shape.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't think the other racers are really significantly that far behind. Woo Bear needs to find their loot here. And it's not hiding in Sky, so probably going to take them a little bit, because I would think Sky might be next here for Woo.
Yeah, the way Woo's been routing this, like, the only thing I can imagine for Woo Bear, the decision, if I'm in Woo Bear's shoes, I might make, is I've already lost so much time because of that wipe. I'm going to roll the dice on LaFane, because walking to and from Lefane is still faster than opening boxes in Sky until I find my answer.
Yeah, could be. The converse of that is wanting to, if you have it in your head that it's in Sky, then it's like, okay, I got one place left, and that might, be advantageous if it does happen.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what Woobear decides to do. The nice thing about the loot is you can still be making forward progress while looking for it, because, the only thing it blocks is the very last place you're going to go anyway. Dark Twinge, though, mutilating these.
We are already
these
through
types.
Tia there, and I think, that your mic cut out there, but did not look like Kraken 2 was anything. I think the Black Belt did 1,500 damage and it was gone.
Yeah. I mean, Tiamat just killed the Black Mage, but,
Doesn't look like Tia's got anything nasty. Did take our Black Mage out, but that's what the Black Mages are there for, and 925 will drop
Testing?
Tia,
Testing?
and
Can you
we
hear
are off
me?
to Chaos.
Can you hear me?
It looks like we're setting up here. Let's see what Chaos has in store for us.
Hello?
So, we're getting ourselves roosed up here. Chaos does a lit 2 here for us.
Yeah, apparently Soft can't hear me, but y'all can. That is weird. But okay. Okay, I can't hear Soft now, so apologies if y'all are hearing 2 different voices simultaneously. Okay, no, Soft's muted up. Okay. Well, Dark Twins just killed Chaos while we were dealing with those technical difficulties. So, someone needs to get Dark in here.
I'm here.
Okay, Darkmoon, could you pull Twinge up, because I don't have
I'm on it.
Alright. Hey, Dark! GG!
Oh, hello, thank you.
So we had like 18 different technical difficulties. Softnum is currently muted because he can't hear me anymore.
Fun, always fun.
But yeah. So congratulations on being the first person to go, maybe Lefane's not that much of a pain in the butt with no random encounters.
Yeah, I still avoid it, but we did quite a bit of testing and timing during practice, and some of the common wisdom definitely changes when you don't have any encounters to worry about.
Yeah. So, but yeah, but going and doing that, you were the first runner on stream by a country mile to have that loot, and because of the cube being more or less on the way, that puts you in go mode well before everyone else. It didn't hurt also that, everyone, you kind of, if I recall correctly, you grounded on Nachos in C, didn't you?
That is correct, yeah.
Yeah, because everyone else went for either the gas Ds that were in the Hall of Giants, or the shark, or the Gershark Gershark eye encounter in Ordeals.
Gotcha. Yeah, I saw the gas Ds. I was a little too low level to really make them work at the time, so I figured I would try to find something I could do a little bit safer if I could. If I had to, I'd go back to the gas Ds. And as far as the cube goes, I actually got a villager hint where the cube was, so I knew I needed to just find the loot. So I checked Ice Cave, didn't find it there, then I checked Lefane and found it there, was ready to go from there, so I didn't need to check Ordeals or Waterfall at all.
And just to clear up some confusion that I'm seeing over in chat, The time that is being displayed on screen is the official racetime.gg time of 33 minutes and 15 seconds for Dark Twinge. No one else is supposed to finish yet.
Yeah, even our off-stream runners haven't posted a finish yet. I mean, Woobear is on the heels here, so this is Carrie too, so it shouldn't be too much longer here. And hi, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was a little weird. Oh, hey. But I think my cat must have stepped on something.
Oh no.
That would do it. But yeah, so in the meantime, though, so what was I gonna say? So talk about your party selection a little bit, Twinge. Sort of what, I mean, Black Belt was kind of obvious. The Black Belt Blursings were, it's a Black Belt.
Yeah.
And Black Mage, that's, you know, extra firepower out the gate. Okay, so it's the Power Bonk that's up there in Sky. Neat. So you brought, did you bring a Red Mage?
Yeah, this ended up kind of being my default party for practice runs. Black Belt, none, Red Mage, Black Mage. So that gives me some access to white magic. I can potentially pick up a Fade if I don't have good black magic spells, or pick up an Exit if I don't have a Warp. And lets me kind of double down on the black magic to be able to have some good, powerful spells, hopefully, to be able to set up my Black Belt grind, get them kind of safely to that level 22 range. And my thought on only taking 3 party members instead of 4 is, again, just like kind of focus that XP earlier so that I can get the black belt where they need to be sooner. I mean, this whole seed flag set is pretty much based around the black belt. If I ended up not having any good black magic, and there was good white magic that was white mage exclusive, I would actually reset and take that like 40-second loss to switch like the red mage to a white mage if I needed it for harm 4 or fade and we had nothing else. But normally black mage and red mage has been doing pretty good work for me.
Yeah, no, I mean that's definitely the way to play it. Is being willing to eat that early time loss to have a better magic loadout. Yeah, both Hate and Ravioli went for White Mage, and Woobear also went with the Black Belt, Black Mage, Red Mage setup.
And Hate ended up taking a Thief, but obviously with Bikke holding the key, that wasn't really in play.
Gotcha. Yeah, like, I would consider taking the Thief if they had the lockpick blessing, so they get lockpick at level 5, and then we are guaranteed to have lockpicking in the seed instead of it being a blind coin flip. But otherwise, like, I just didn't want to deal with the extra party member I had to kill off to set up the grind and stuff like that.
Sense. But yeah, so... Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to think through, you know, there wasn't a lot of time for interesting things to happen.
Well, there was too much time for interesting things to happen.
No. There were interesting things happening, and we didn't have enough time for all of them.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Everybody, after Bikke, basically everybody went a different direction.
Even with BK, I think Ravioli went straight to Cardi instead of over to Provoke.
That's interesting.
So,
yeah, he did like a backwards circle thing. That was kind of cool.
yeah, I mean, it was one of those things, he had enough money to buy everything he wanted by the time he got to any given place, so it was really handy. And yeah, so Woobear back up to Tier 2. I'll admit, I haven't been paying the optimal attention to what's been kind of hampering Woobear up there.
Carrie was just mean to Woobear, which it didn't... Twinge, I don't remember you having any trouble with Carrie too, but...
No, we 2-rounded her, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what Woobear was doing differently, but Carrie was just killing people off.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's sort of... Yeah, overall, though, this is sort of just the situation with the seed is like, There's been some rude stuff. Like Woo Bear, like I said, did some grinding and ordeals. There was a Gershark eye encounter on on one of the tiles, but unfortunately took an unfortunate death to a wombo combo of stunning and sleep, followed by getting punched repeatedly with a solo black belt. So it just sort of cost him some time, and I think Woo Bear's been in tilt since.
Yeah, it looks like we got turn ordered there. I'm pretty sure if the nuke had gone off, that would have been okay for Woo, so...
Ouch.
Yeah. So, at the moment, everyone else is sort of still clearing out the seed, doing some grinding. I didn't see what level Ravioli's gotten up to, but he's got to basically be good to go.
Yeah, I think we're taking our leave now.
Yeah.
Looked like Woo Bear's only level 32 on the black belt, right? Or thereabouts.
That's about right, yeah.
That would be what I would assume, taking a wipe like that. But yeah, so Woo Bear deciding not to... Oh, Woo Bear, I think, might not realize that those bottom tiles are also part of the one group, and then it's everything else that's the inner group. Because he took the other entrance to Hall of Giants, because he'd already seen the spiders. I don't know if he ever saw the Gasties.
I didn't realize that either. I just always did the top because it was closer.
Yeah, no, it's you have the tiles on the edge are the one encounter group, and then the tiles past that are the other encounter group. So the actual hall is one set of encounters, and then the threshold is its own set of encounters. So yeah, so Woo and Ravioli both in Temple of Fiends. And... oh, you know what? Ravioli, I don't think, has been putting any levels on anything that doesn't punch things. At least I assume that's what must have happened, because that nuclear, it looks like, took out the mages.
Oh, and Kraken just punched the black belt, too. Unfortunate.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate. That black belt hit 13 times for like 400 damage. That might explain part of the problem. Sorry, I'm just now actually looking at the numbers, and that carry has to have absurd defense.
Yeah.
In fact, I still have FF Hackster open. One moment.
6 hits, 731 on a crit, yeah.
Oh, it's definitely a recurring thing in the practice runs of this. It's like, the final fights are rough. Like, you really do want a level 42 black belt, because they can be really tanky or really evasive.
I'm gonna be honest, you made them look really easy.
That was probably my fastest Topher.
Okay, yeah, so Carry 2's rocking Nuclear Tornado Blaze and a second Nuclear. 68 defense. So, yeah, that is definitely a thing that has happened. And yeah, that's a 50-50, it's a 64 out of 128 chance to use abilities too. So that explains some of what's been happening to Woo Bear and Ravioli. You kind of just got lucky, I think, to be honest.
I mean, a little bit. Like, I think I'm, like, generally going to be fine, even if, like, my mage is wiped to carry. I could get unlucky at Kraken if Kraken gets the hits in before I get the defense stacks up, but the majority of time, as long as I've got the defense sword, I'm safe to go from there.
Yeah, and where was our defense sword? That was in Titans, yeah. I think everyone saw that because, like, everyone already had the Ruby by the time they got over to Earth Cave.
Yeah, Ruby was pretty early.
Yeah, we are opting to grind on these vampires here.
I don't blame him. It's looking like the levels he's got just aren't quite enough to crack through Carrie's shell. Which, you know, that's kind of That is the one thing about sort of lower level black belts is if you do have something with heavy defense and you have that nerfed crit rate, you just don't necessarily get the raw numbers needed to break through defense without someone dropping tempers or sabers. And
Yeah, the nerf crit
temper
rate was definitely another reason why getting to like 42 is good. You really want that crit rate above like 20% if you can, because they can be super tanky.
Yeah, there's that tornado. Yeah, nuclear plus tornado, possibly easily coming out in the first 2 rounds. That explains a lot of the
and blaze.
Yeah.
One after the other. That's sick.
Yeah, so that explains a lot of the problems that we've been seeing for Ravioli and Woo Bears. Because the other thing is, I think, Twinge, you kept your party up a little bit longer into your grind than I think these two did.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, so the first thing I did to kind of buff my party a little bit is I found the Gurmeduses at Northwest Castle and nuked them a couple times to get a kind of party grind a bit. And then left there. And then the Nachos, like, I could have just defended up, but, like, I wanted to make sure that my black belt could kind of one-shot them reliably, so we went up to, I don't know, 28 or 29 with the party before, before they died off.
Yeah. So it looks like Ravioli has also left to go look for supplies. And, okay, so the other ribbon was on Astos.
Well, I mean, you trade one head accessory for another. I suppose that's probably fair, right?
Yeah. And Kumo jumping into chat now that we have passed the 46 minute 33 second mark. Kumo did take second place off screen. So GG to you, Kumo. In the meantime, we are seeing Hate finally joining the push through. And Hate, I think, did go ahead and grind all the way up. So, breaks through carry pretty easily. Kraken promptly deletes Hate's Black Mage, but that's fine.
That's what they're for.
Yeah.
I would have preferred the Thief, but, you know.
I mean, yes, the Black Mage was in the back, and so wasn't meant to be ablative shielding.
But the Thief did the Thief's job, so, you know, and we got through Kraken, so...
And the White Mage lived. Sorry. The White Mage lived, so you can just pick everyone up. Sorry, choked in a little bit of air there. Alright, Kumo in chat actually saying that he did his Black Belt grind on the Gurmeduses, and where was the Thorhammer?
Oh, that's interesting.
Because, yeah, I don't think anyone on screen found that Thorhammer.
I don't remember it coming out. Oh, that would make sense. I don't think... Most of the other people went through Ice Cave in some semblance of go mode.
Yeah,
if they went.
I thought you looted the chests and Oh, you didn't go up to the upper left-hand corner. I bet that's where it was.
No, I skipped almost all the chests. Like, I want a few chests early so I have money to buy the, like, spells at Elfland and maybe Melmond. Other than that, I'm skipping all of the chests, even if they're, like, next to me. I don't even want to spend that half second. Like, it's all in on the black belt.
Yeah. Alright. So, yeah, Kumo saying was in the 6-pack room. Ah, and there was a Roostic and Volcano. So it looks like, Kumo, your strategy was to be a little bit of a loot goblin rather than going straight for the grind. And, I mean, it paid off. You took second. But meanwhile, Hate actually breaking through the Fiendry fights and getting into Chaos. And it looks like fairly stable. I don't think Chaos has thrown out anything too nasty, judging by everyone's HP levels.
Yeah, this seems pretty straightforward. Thief hit for 2 damage. I'm very proud of him. And that's it. Chaos goes down at 50-33.
Yep, that's good enough for 3rd place for Hate the 13th. So, hopefully he'll be jumping in here as well. Yep, there he is. Hey, GG.
Thanks, guys. Stupid failed grinds at the beginning.
I mean, here's the thing. You were the last runner on screen to make it into the Temple of Fiends.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, as far as anyone can tell, as far as I can guess, the fact you had the extra party members made it a little bit easier for you to get through that, because you're also the only on-screen runner who took all 4 characters and didn't take a none.
Yeah, I popped in after I finished, and I saw him like, oh yeah, that would explain. And I saw Kumo mention that he, found the Garmadusas, and God, I wish I hadn't actually noped out of ice once I saw it was just the canal.
I mean, it worked out in the end.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what time you finish, it just matters that everyone else finishes slower than you.
True point. But yeah, a level 47 black belt with, I don't remember what the versus was that he had. It was just enough to make it go, hey, look, you go squish now.
Yeah,
that's all that counted.
The black belt's blursing was, hi, I'm a black belt.
Well, yeah.
Wipe by ravioli. Oh.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Blue Bear here in Chaos, yeah.
Yeah, cracks through. And I think that Black Mage immediately gets deleted, but that's okay. At this point, this is basically the Red Mage buffing and healing the Black Belt, as long as the Red Mage isn't dead. I think, is Woobear throwing... Okay, he's throwing a nuke. It looked like his cursor had stopped on fast for some reason. But, I think it was probably his last nuke getting thrown out, but it's okay.
Zap and Rub.
Wow, Chaos had magic?
He did have magic. Past tense. Chaos be dead. And that's
there. And
Woo.
yeah, that's going to be good for a 5th place finish on Woobear's part with an official Racetime.gg time of 52:54. Finishing exactly 20 seconds behind Shadow Mr. T, who came in 4th.
Okay, I'm here for some official scorekeeping for everyone. So with Woo Bear's finish there in 5th place, he is going to be at 82 points, and will be our 2nd place runner in this team, and will be moving on to the finals. Hate with your 4th place finish. That's right. Double checking. Hate had a 3rd place finish, 19 points. That is going to put you at 77 points, which is good enough for 3rd place overall. But
You know what? That's graduating. That's all I care.
that is exactly what I was going to say. It is, however, unfortunately not good enough to make it into finals. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I was looking at the score sheet right now, anywho.
Congratulations, Tate. I'm going to stop making fun of you for continuing to participate in these things.
It's only my 3rd one. I'm like a 20-year-old senior at this point.
It's fine. It's fine. You're a platypus now.
Yay.
So what about Dark Twinge, Darkmoon?
Dark Twinge is 1st place at 85 points. I already have it up on screen.
Okay.
Yep, so Dark Twinge is making... I'm sorry, I thought that was just known. Dark Twinge is making it because he's at 85 points. He won!
Okay,
alright. Hey, welcome, Blue Bear.
You say everyone else, you need to at least say that part, Darkmoon. That's how these things
I'm
work.
so sorry.
Hey, Woobear, GG.
GG's.
So, are you emotionally equipped to talk about that Temple of Fiends yet, or should we talk about other things first?
Oh no, I'm fine. You can talk about whatever.
Okay, so, do you ever want to see Carrie again?
Not for like a week, at least. I'll take a week off.
That seems completely reasonable. I mean, like Darkmoon just said, you still managed to finish well enough to come in 2nd overall and punch your ticket to the finals.
Yeah.
So, what did, it's one of those things, there were a lot of things happening, so what did kind of go down? Was it just a matter of you just had wretched luck with Carrie just unloading into your party every time?
No, I just got pushed out of my comfort zone, honestly. Like, I didn't find a grind tile. Like, I tried the Gershocks and then I wiped on that, like, midway through, and I was like, cool, that's fun. And, like, 90% of my, like, seeds, I found, like, some sort of grind tile, at least. Like, even if it's, like, I just have a lot of key items and it's, like, an AoE one that gives a lot. Like, the vampires at the end, except, you know.
Okay, so here we go. Did you check the second tile in Hall of
No, I've heard. I saw the spiders and I saw Lit 3 and I was like, I don't want to walk back through these after if there's like something behind it. But yeah, I hear that there was gas dragons back there, which would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Gas dragons with 650-ish hit points or so.
Oh no.
That's still a lot, yeah. But
Yeah, they were a bit thick. I had to get to above 32 before the black belt was one-shotting them.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of when I found them. I was like, these are probably going to be too hard to set up an easy grind. I can come back here if I need to, but I went and looked for something else instead.
With nuke at level 2, like, you had a lot of charges, so I guess it wasn't. And plus warp, you could, like, warp right out. But yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
alright, I'm just gonna hope that nothing back there is, like, triple I or something good, right? So, but yeah, there was, like, nothing else, really. The entire seed.
Yeah, I mean, the Gershark grind, that was a good second choice. That is another
was
really
close.
strong XP grind.
Yeah.
Um,
Until they had sleep and hold and paralyze and everything else, and I was like, alright,
yeah,
you win
Twinge-
this round, Gersharks.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit ago when it was just Twinge. Twinge actually ground on nachos in Sea Shrine.
I didn't find them, yeah. I don't know where all of the spike tiles are, sadly.
It was Sharknado floor, so...
Yeah, I checked the bottom right of that, and then the actual Sharknado tile, and nothing was, like, terribly good in there, so yeah, I guess I missed the other one.
Yeah, there's 4 total trap tiles on that floor, so I just go to the far left rooms. Those 2 rooms each have 2 traps in them each, and I skip the close ones.
And they're separate? Like, then they're not
Yeah.
duplicates?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, they duplicate the ones on the far right, but if you just skip those, then...
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have loved nachos.
Yeah,
I felt like I was
Sharknado-
going pretty fast beyond that, but yeah, I would have loved nachos. Something.
Alright, Ravioli finally threw his fiendry fights, so...
Nothing here. Nothing here.
Yeah, and Chaos, we know, doesn't really have enough in the tank to stop a well-ground party like what Ravioli has, so...
I heard he has Cure 4, but I didn't see that.
Yeah,
He has Zap and Rub too, but not that really makes that much of a difference.
No.
1%.
we're just not going to speak that evil into existence.
Yeah,
Does that sound fair to everyone?
That's happened to me like 4 times in the past week. The 3 out of 256. It's like, this is fun.
It happens.
Video games.
Video games.
The Dice Gods giveth and the Dice Gods taketh away. So, Woo Bear, real quick, before we get everyone dumped in here. So, was it just a conscious decision that you didn't want to walk to Lefane that kept you away from Lefane for so long?
I was just trying to be efficient. Like, I was trying to do groups of things that were close by, and like I was never really up in that area till like near the endish.
Stupid Lefanians.
Yeah.
So, and GG's to Ravioli, who finishes with an official race time of 59 minutes and 17 seconds. And then in 7th place, we had Khan with 1 hour, 1 minute, and 11 seconds.
Okay,
for our
soft num,
finishes.
soft num, say it right.
Come on!
Khan!
Thank you. Okay, but yeah, with that being said, I do see that we have Ravioli in here as well. Ravioli, GG's.
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 So, if it makes you feel any better, the Fiends also bullied Woo Bear about as badly.
Yeah.
Like, you and Woo Bear both were in Temple of Fiends a good 10 minutes before Hate managed to stumble his way in there.
Oh yeah.
Hate just managed to burn through Carrie before she did all the evil things she did to y'all.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
kind of
I mean,
drunkenly, angrily stumbled in there with a level 46 black belt and was like, alright, fine, let's do this.
That was my issue. I tried the 32 breakpoint, but yeah, he's not big enough.
But yeah, so just for the record, Ravioli's 6th place finish in this group will put him at 71 overall points and 4th place. So the 4 of you still finished in the top 4 of the group. I don't know what the order was before this point, but I trust you do.
Vaguely. I know where I was.
Yeah.
Dark Twinge moved up against Woodbear. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Ravioli, I guess I need to also ask Hate and Woobear their thoughts on party composition, but since you came in here last, you get to go first. So, you went with, I believe, Black Belt, White Mage, Black Mage. Was that just sort of a, I don't want to be locked out of any magic in case it comes down to that?
Exactly. I've had good luck running practice seeds with this party arrangement, and it just seems to move along. It's a risk reward. This is a jet flag set. I have to take a little bit of risks in week 4, and it just got me at the end in the Topher there.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, like I was saying, that carry is nasty to mages. Just a bunch of non-elemental, high-damage AoEs is mage hell. And I mean, bear in mind, the only person here who didn't take Black Belt 2 mages was Hate, who brought a Black Belt 2 mages and a thief.
And a lock mage.
I like running.
Yeah, I mean, that's completely
What are you
valid.
running from?
Well, you can run a red mage on the seed, right? They had like 15 or 7 luck bonus or something.
Yeah,
I think they had
screw
like
the red
thief luck,
mages.
was it? Or no, white mages I think had thief luck.
Yeah,
It's also a just in case it actually rolled for the key, but that ended up being moot anyways, so anywho.
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, the thief provides you with a little bit of extra ablative shielding, which I think would have been helpful in the end. So, yeah, I think we've talked around it enough, and I finally remembered exactly what happened to you. So was that just a matter of you forgot to save before going into the dungeon and then realized, oh, I have to redo Marsh? To Hate.
No, that was a matter of going, oh, hey, I've got the key. Let's check and see what's in the lock. Oh, Soria's. Oh, this sounds... Oh, Soria's with... Oh, well. Yeah.
Okay.
Soria's with trance ate my face.
That's annoying.
Okay.
That would have been a great run tile without that, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, all right, let's try this. And trance.
Okay, because yeah, like it's one of those things where, as we've kind of explained to everyone, you basically, Ravioli, you took a really interesting route where you went up to Cardia after Garland, where everyone else went kind of vanilla and went over to Provoca. Was that kind of just I want to have money to buy whatever spells I want the first time I go somewhere?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, because, everyone else went to Provoca and then kind of went in completely different directions, so it was hard to keep track of what terrible things happened to everyone. Like, we at least caught Hate wiping to the Sarias and getting set back a little bit, which actually, Hate, I will say, came in really handy in the end, because, like, right after that happened, Darkmoon's stream, like, died, and he had to reset everything. So you being slightly behind everyone meant we got to see what was in boxes that everyone else had already opened.
All right, well, that works then.
Yeah, exactly. You saved the broadcast. You are the hero we needed. And Ravioli,
Way to go,
you taking a different route also meant that you were looking at things that other people saw, after the event horizon. So, like, we actually didn't lose that much information because y'all kind of all went different ways. But yeah, I mean, like we said earlier, this was a very fast seed, so while a lot of interesting things happened, they all kind of happened at the same time. But yeah, I think that kind of covers everyone's adventures. So I feel like we should get some final thoughts, don't you, Sofnum?
Sounds good to me.
All right, so we'll go in kind of reverse finish order. So Ravioli, any final thoughts?
Oh, this was such a blast to be a part of this tournament. I'm looking forward to watching the final four, final five. Is it? I think there's a tie in the other group.
Yeah, final five because Dark Moon didn't read the rules.
Reading the rules is for chumps. It's fine.
So for folks who are
I can
watching,
do what I want.
for folks who are watching the VOD and thus don't have the benefit of chat, the reason it is a final five is apparently Dark Moon saw a tie but didn't realize there were tie-break rules in place, and so declared that all three of them advanced to the finals. And Dark Moon, being a good, noble man of his word, is going to hold to the word. So we have a five-way final.
Yep, sticking to my guns.
That's more fun, anyways.
Exactly. Dark
It's
Moon's
gonna
in
be
charge-
good.
I mean, Dark Moon's in charge of figuring out how we're going to restream that, but that's going to technically be his problem no matter what.
It's gonna be my problem. Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
So is it all 5 people are in the same game at the same time, like
Yes.
one seed?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that's gonna be a nightmare for
Winner
probably
take all.
formatting.
I'll make a layout and we'll do a what would effectively look like a 6-player layout, but it'll just be 5 people.
Mm.
Sounds like a plan. So keep your eyes peeled for that, folks. But anyway, so was that all you had, Ravioli?
Oh yeah, just GG's everybody. Thanks for commentating and putting all of this on. It's been a blast.
Hey, what about you?
I am glad to have finally actually graduated from the Duckling program. Finally. But yeah, no, thanks for jumping in and, Dark Moon for restreaming and to, excuse me, Woat and Ravioli or not Ravioli, sorry. My brain just kind of went off there. Woat and Softnum for commentating, and I'm not sure who was tracking.
Bloom was our tracker.
Dusk.
Okay, well, thanks, Dust Bloom, for tracking. Didn't see him in the call, so
Yeah,
that's because I'm blind, apparently. Anywho, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't shout them out enough during the stream because there was a lot going on. But yeah, thanks, Dusk Bloom.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks y'all for doing this. I'm very glad for the Duckling program. That was actually one of the things that when I was watching all the VODs on YouTube, years ago, that I saw that inspired me to get into this. So I am very thankful for the Duckling program, and I would highly, highly recommend it. It's fun, and it's good for teaching.
Absolutely. Woo Bear, what about you? Any final thoughts before we wrap up here?
No, same thing. Just thanking everyone for putting it together. It's been a lot of fun, the Duckling program and the restream and doing the talkies and the button pushes. So y'all are awesome.
All right. And Dark Twinge, do you have any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Yeah, pretty much I'm mirroring other folks, but just thanks to all the crew helping us run all this stuff, and I definitely do appreciate the newbie-focused Duckling tournament, because then it's like, well, I can get decent at the game pretty fast, but it's nice to be in a competitive area that I don't have to deal with wild ham and crab cakes, right? So it makes it a little easier to get into, and was a good time, and looking forward to the final 5 here, and GG to everybody we raced against here.
Yeah, y'all, I mean, bear in mind, all of y'all finished in under an hour when, the end of the seed turned out to be rather rude. So, that worked out really solidly. But, Softno, do you have anything else you'd like to add before we go ahead and close up shop?
Nah, just I do want to shout out Darkmoon and Dustbloom for coming in and making us look good. It is the unsung of the streams. I swear it. But how about you, Woat? Any final thoughts?
Nope, I think we're good to go. So, Dark, do we have a date yet for the finals, or is that something that our 5 contenders are going to need to hammer out?
That is going to be up to the 5 players that we have right now. Now that we know who the 5 are going to be, we can actually settle in and start getting a schedule put together for that one game to determine them all. That is going to be the plan, and as soon as they know when they can run it, we'll get it on the schedule.
Yeah, and if you're somehow watching this live or in the near future and aren't already in the Discord, FinalFantasyRandomizer.com will get you a link to our Discord so you can be right there and seeing on the schedule when everything is good to go. And honestly, if you're watching this in the far future, come join the Discord anyway. We're awesome. It's fun. You obviously enjoy this enough to watch literally everything, including the Duckling Derbies, which, you know, good on you. It's fantastically fun. But you obviously care enough to watch everything to get to the point where you are still watching us now, talking over this. So, come and join us. But all that being said, for Dark Moon, for Dusk Plume, for Soft Gnome, and for our runners, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see y'all when the finals roll around. Take care, everyone.